Hello there, this is a teaching on inventory valuation, and it is one out of 3 series of inventory valuation where we have covered the first in first out method of inventory valuation, the last in first out method of inventory valuation, and now we want to cover the average cost of inventory valuation. We have the first in first out method of inventory valuation on an exercise, and this is the result that we got. We then looked at the last in first out inventory valuation method, and that's the result that we got. Now we want to look at the average cost inventory valuation method using the same exercise as well. And for the average cost, we will be expected to identify at the point of issuing out inventory, what is the average cost of all the items that you bought and all the items that you have in your stores right now to date. So in this exercise, you will see that you issued out inventory on the 23rd of March. You then have to identify, as of the 23rd of March, what are the inventory we have on ground and what was the average cost per unit for all of the inventories to date that we have. So I want to throw it into my table, literally picking up all the items that we have, and it all adds up to 400 units. And how much did we buy them for? I'm throwing that in as well. And that all adds up to £2,600. You will then be expected to find the average cost, and that will be £2,600 divided by 400 units to give me an average cost per unit of £6.50 each item. So with that £6.50, I will find the cost of the issue and the cost of the closing inventory. Remember, we issued 300 units, so I will be saying £6.50 times 300 units, which will give me £1,950. So the cost of issue will be 1950 for the 300 units that we issued out, and of course my closing inventory will be the remaining 100 units multiplied by your £6.50 per unit, which is your average cost per unit, leaving me with £650. Then on the 27th of March, you received 300 units of inventory, which cost us £1,860. That implies to me that you have some more inventory that came in. You also have closing inventory from the past period as well, which you have not yet finished or you have not yet used up. So when you have come to issue out inventory on the 30th of March, I then have to identify, what is my average cost per unit on the 30th of March? Because you need to recalculate your average cost, because don't forget, you've received some more inventory now, so you cannot use the same £6.50 anymore. So you will find that in this case, you now have 400 units, which has cost you 1860 plus 650. So you will find that we now will recalculate a new average cost, and we will have it at 6.275 as the average cost. You issued out 200 units on the 30th of March. So my cost of issue will be 1255. So you are going to be doing your 6.275 times the 200 units that you issued out, and the remaining units will be your closing inventory of 200 units, because remember, as of this date you have 400 units. You issued out 200, you have a remainder of 200 units. And that 200 units will cost me exactly 1255 as well. So 200 units were issued out, 200 units were remaining, and we are charging each of them at the standard average cost per unit which you have calculated. But do also remember, because we received items and then we issued out, we have to recalculate our average cost at the time we issued out inventory. And also when we're recalculating the average cost, remember we didn't go from the beginning of the month anymore. No, we went from the last closing stock, added on anything that we received, and recalculated our average cost. That new average cost is what we have used to calculate our cost of issue, 200 units, and the closing inventory, the remaining 200 units. I hope this has been useful. The rest of it is study ongoing. Don't forget, connect with us on all the social media platforms, like us, follow us, and subscribe to this video if you found it useful. Thank you. Adios.